Hello, everyone. Welcome to Every Strand Counts with your host, me, Dana Wilson. Today's topic is unity in trichology, featuring our special guest, Dr. Andrea Echeverry. She gonna kill me if I say it wrong. She is a microbiologist and an immunologist. She is the president and treasurer of the Association of Professional Trichologists. So we're going to get started here shortly. Please take the time to share this to your page or with friends so they can partake in this conversation. We will have time for some Q&A as well. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
In audio.
All right. Welcome again. Today's episode of Every Strand Counts with Dana Wilson is brought to you by the Hair Care's Inner Circle, a private community designed to support Sisterlocks practitioners. So listen, the name of our show is Every Strand Counts, and that is the premise of the show. We truly believe that every strand counts. Every root, every lesson, every experience, and every legacy makes a difference in our lives. So we feature conversations with various leaders, authors, speakers, entrepreneurs who long to touch, move, and inspire others through their work. And today is no exception. Today's topic is unity in trichology, and our guest, Dr. A, she is a microbiologist and immunologist focused on scalp microbiome and health and research. She is also the president and treasurer of the Association of Professional Trichologists. So let me bring her to the virtual stage.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you, Dana?
Hi, thank you so much for being here. You don't do you mind if I call you Dr. A? Because I'm just gonna kill the last
Call me
name.
Andrea. There's no reason
Okay.
to complicate your life.
Thank you so much. So listen, I was looking at your bio, which is pretty impressive, I have to say. But I seen here that you started your career in scalp health as a micropigmentation specialist. So how does one actually go about getting into this career field?
Very good question. So it's been a long career. I've been in hair loss now for almost 13 years. And I started in scalp micropigmentation because there was nobody else who was doing it. And the person who introduced me to it thought that because I was a microbiologist, it made a lot of sense that I could do micropigmentation.
Okay.
And so I learned how to do a very sophisticated scalp tattoo that helps recreate the front line for people who are already shaving. So for many years, my clientele were mostly men.
Okay.
And what happened was that because I'm a scientist
Yeah.
and I realized the many things as I was trying to do this very sophisticated tattoo, that unfortunately, not only were there issues with the scalp itself, that eventually, and now, 10 years later, I realized that, yes, they are related to scalp microbiome issues. But there were so many people looking for a cosmetic solution like this tattoo, but they still had so much hair and so much potential.
Okay.
And I was not going to be asking most of these people to shave their head. I was the first one in their lives many times to introduce them to the concept of regrowing hair. Like
Oh,
you've been around for a long time
yeah.
too, and it's hard for people to even realize that 10, even 7 years ago, I would say from 2016 to now, the market of hair regrowing,
Yeah.
right? Because there's products and techniques and we have social media. So
Right.
now it's a concept. But back in the day, I had the only website that actually promoted hair regrowth therapies. Google didn't even have the keyword for hair growth. It has it now. So I was, in that first wave of practitioners, I was really trying to understand how to integrate the concepts of trichology that I was being introduced to along with what I already knew. And so I created my own processes and my own techniques. And with my focus in scalp microbiome health,
Mm-hmm.
I was using very specific strategic brands that really helped me be able to achieve cases that most other people even now would reject. So these are people who would have psoriasis or
Okay.
seborrheic dermatitis, like really chronic scalp conditions. And so I'm very
Right.
proud to say, yeah, that after all this time, it has all come together. And so now that I'm part of the Association of Professional Trichologists, it's my mission to introduce people to why we do, and how did I come from being a tattooist,
Right.
right, and focusing on all this to be more on the activism side. And I think the story makes a lot of sense when I tell it.
So before we go into the association, but tell me, because your clientele were, you were doing tattoos on the scalp, right? How easy or challenging was it to reset their mind around growing hair instead?
Right. So that is the reason why scalp micropigmentation is such a beautiful technique, right? Because when somebody has follicles that are dormant, and like you can tell that there's a little bit of a hair there, right? It's not
Mhm.
completely gone.
Yes.
When we do the micropigmentation, that is a form of microneedling, even though we have the cosmetic result
Okay.
of leaving some color behind to minimize the contrast of the scalp and the hair. We're also doing the micro injury, and because the pigment has to be implanted next to the active follicles, we never put the needle, especially if you have a lot of precision, you never put the needle right where the follicle really should be. You go right next to it. And so it has a very immediate hair growth effect where people will go through the process, and the aftercare is designed for the
Yeah.
two purposes: to hold the pigment and to grow the hair. And so 10 days later, people will be like, is it my impression? But what does it seem like my hair is growing faster and thicker? And
Wow.
so that is the power of integrating all of those techniques. And so it was for some people just don't have the patience, and they want to have that immediate result.
Right.
And so I've had very interesting experiences, right, where people find me because they want to do the tattoo. When I introduce them to regrowing their hair, and I'm like, well, the difference is, we might not need to use any kind of needling or invasive process for you. I think I can do it more in the natural way. You don't have to go through so many hours of work. It's going to cost you less. A lot of people, especially women, will say, yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Let's go the natural way. With men, they tend to want that immediate result of the tattoo, but even if they have the tattoo done and then the hair grows, because the
Okay.
pigment is just on the skin and
Right.
the hair grows right next to it, what you see is the hair. You're not going to really see the effect of the pigmentation, but doing the micropigmentation help them be able to start feeling more comfortable, and then give time, right? If the person's going down to a zero, it's going to take a few months to get to a certain point, and then be able to style it the way that they want. So it's a very powerful combination.
Wow.
That's
That
the
is
reason
so
why I love
super
it.
cool. That's so super. I mean, that's a lot of detail work.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of detail.
Agreed. Which is the reason why there's not a lot of people doing it.
Yes,
You see,
absolutely. You definitely have a niche. That's
it is
definitely.
very niched. Yes.
So tell me about this association, which I'm so happy to be a part of as well. But tell the world what our association is all about.
Absolutely. So the Association of Professional Trichologists is an initiative that started a few years back. I
Hmm.
would say at least 4 years, when the executive director and the founder, Dr. Crystal Porter, who is a hair scientist
Yeah.
and a chemist, she started having conversations with people like you and me in the industry, and we all came to the agreement that there were major roadblocks for practitioners of trichology and trichologists and people who wanted to get in the industry to be recognized as professionals,
Yes.
either by the rest of other professions,
Mm-hmm.
especially the medical community, right?
Right.
We realized that there was this very distinct separation of all the people who eventually do have to get involved sometimes to work with somebody. And
Right.
so, after all these conversations and so much planning, we initiated the association as a nonprofit. So
Yes.
we actually are coming up to our 1 year anniversary, which is, I know time really flies,
Over
almost a
my
year and
time.
a half.
Yes. Yes.
And so what we're really trying to do is get everyone together who is involved in the hair loss industry to understand that we all play a crucial part and that
Yes.
there's not one single solution for a client.
Right.
For many years, I have collaborated with other people. When I encounter a client, for example, women who have some sort of trauma, right, or psychological issue,
Mm-hmm.
well, I have to refer them to a professional. I'm not going to be a psychologist for them, right? Or be able to help them with that.
Right.
Or some people had some really chronic medical issues, and so I needed to work with endocrinologists. If the person wanted to go the natural route, I will have a natural doctor, right? A more
Right.
holistic
Right.
approach. I also needed to integrate hairdressers and barbers, because
Yes.
many times in order to, use the little hair that some people have, you have to be very inventive, right, and
That's
creative.
true.
And so the
Mm-hmm.
ones who can do that are the stylists and barbers. And then since I started traveling to other states where the majority of the clients I was encountering were women and men of color,
Mm-hmm.
then I had to deal with the issues of traction alopecia,
Right.
where we really, like, these were completely new to me. I really didn't see that many people in South Florida. It wasn't until I went to Atlanta that I did, and it was pretty much 100% of people. And so being able to work with the braiders, the lacticians, to be able to modify how things are done so that I can accomplish my work,
Right.
that's all that I've been doing for years. And so it's so surprising to me that there are still doctors and practitioners who don't see that. But
Right.
it might be because sometimes people get busy, right? And they're like very focused, and they're staying in their lane without having an overarching view of the people who they serve, right? Like you and I, we have this deep commitment to servicing the community.
Right.
And other people don't, right? They just care about the money, or they care about the business, and they really don't care about that. But I know that the majority of people who chose to be trichologists or who want to be trichologists
Right.
have that little spark of service, right? If you hear stories of people who have gone in this direction,
Yeah.
every single one of them was touched by a dramatic form of hair loss, either because they experienced it
Right.
or somebody else close to them experienced it. And when they realized the maze, the crazy maze
Yes, it
that they
is,
had
mate.
to walk through, is when they realized, wait a second, why am I not helping people? If I see, right, the
Mm-hmm.
end of the goal, like the end of the tunnel now, but it took me 4 years to get there, sometimes even 10 years to get to the answer. Why is it that we're not, right, making that process shorter by integrating more practitioners, right, whatever they are, if it's medical or holistic, either one.
So,
And
what do
so
you
it's
think the
really
response
important.
has been, Dr. A? The response for the community as a whole, with all different disciplines here? What has been the response to this?
Very positive. This is the reason why we continue working so hard. And in fact, look at I have my glasses, but we've been working nonstop, right, to be able to
Absolutely.
build everything that we believe are going to be the essential tools for the trichologists who are coming and the rest of the people who are coming into the association. And so we are getting a great response with people realizing, oh, you're not a school that's teaching trichology. You're offering additional education, and you're offering opportunities, right, for us to learn about things that we didn't even get to touch upon during a short trichology education. And so that is really what we're here to do. We're
Yeah.
here to support and help and build. But because we're an association and we're a member-led association, that means that you also have to get involved,
That's
right?
and
You
we need your support. We need your help
absolutely.
to grow the association. Let me say, I have a few people saying hello to us. They're happy we're here. Hello, Tavia, Terica, and Makaya. Hopefully, I'm saying your names right. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm so excited about this association. I can't even believe it's been a year already.
I know.
Um, and I'm so excited to share all the things that we're up to. And one of the things that we're doing, we're having a summit here in just a couple of weeks. So if you could please share with our audience about the summit that we've been working really hard on here.
Absolutely. So even though we're just a year old, this will be our second year
Yes.
summit.
Yes.
Because we are a nonprofit, one of the things that we wanted to make sure is that people had access to a live event as a conference format
Mm-hmm.
with the caliber of education that many of us in the association are accustomed to. Dr. Porter, she's a PhD, I'm a PhD.
Mm-hmm.
We are used to in our fields to go to conferences that have thousands and thousands of people,
Right.
really,
Absolutely.
literally.
Mm-hmm.
And environments like that are really not conducive to the types of conversations, insights, right?
Right.
And to feel really at home with people who belong to your field. And so that's really what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a very affordable but extremely impactful series of seminars, right? With people who you would never even know that they existed in the hair loss space unless you were part of an association like us, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to centralize and become that very, knowledgeable hub for
Mm-hmm.
everybody who's in the industry.
Yeah, because the theme is unity, which I really love.
Yes, exactly.
Really love, because we don't have to we can't compartmentalize this hair loss epidemic. We have to bring everyone together to play a part, obviously, in growing hair. So
Correct.
it's not that miracle drop that's gonna do it, right? We need
Unfortunately,
right,
yes, I
unfortunately.
know. I know.
Yeah. I was gonna say, tell us when is the summit? When is
Right.
the summit?
So even though people have the opportunity to come to Chicago,
Yes.
the conference is going to be Sunday, October 6th and Monday, October 7th. Exactly.
I have
On
the
the 5th, on
yes.
that Saturday evening, we're going to have a little mixer,
Okay.
right? Very informal,
Mhm.
just to get together, meet many of the speakers one on one who are going to be arriving for the big day on Sunday. But
Mhm.
people also have the opportunity to watch it remotely online. And the good thing is that if you're not really good at, like sitting down and watching an entire day of presentations, you can actually watch them individually as a replay for up to 3 months. And
Okay.
so we would love for people who are in the Chicago area to come and join us. If you have enough time to plan your trip to Chicago,
That's
all
right.
the information is directly on the website. But for those who actually want to do it remotely online, you can sign up pretty much until the day or the day before, until the 5th for the conference.
Yeah. Can you
And
give
check
us
it
a
out.
sneak peek of who might be there? I mean, like, or what we might learn. Give us a sneak peek.
Oh, so we have a roster of 8 speakers. We'll
Okay.
have 5 on Sunday, 3 on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be hearing from owners and some of the people who work at companies that are creating solutions for hair loss practitioners. And so the purpose of the talks is to introduce people to the science behind some of the solutions that they're offering. I'm
Mm-hmm.
very excited about two of them. Well, I'm excited about all of them, of
Yes.
course, but two of them that I think that even people who are right now watching us, if they are clients, they would really benefit from listening to them. So the first one is going to be Dr. Mingling T from Arkea. Arkea is a biotech company based out of Boston who has been in the microbiome space for a while.
Can you tell us about microbiome before you go on? Because for some folks, I mean, this is a brand new concept for
I
us.
know.
Can you share a little bit about that?
Of course,
Yeah.
absolutely. So the microbiome is that entire population of microbes that lives on us, in us, within us, and they carry the majority of the genes or the genetic material that we don't have in our code. And so they are integral part for all types of health related issues. They're related to cancer, related to aging, inflammation, right? Autoimmune diseases, pretty much everything. And so in hair loss, the microbiome is essential because what we find is that there is a dysregulation in the populations. And normally when you see flakiness or you have seborrheic dermatitis or psoriasis, there is going to be an imbalance in the microbiome. And so identifying either molecular compounds or techniques that can help maintain that balance on the scalp
Okay.
can really lead to people growing hair. A lot of the focus that people always have is very macro because I'm a microbiologist. We focus on what's unseen, what's invisible.
Okay.
That's basically what the microbiome research does for us. And so we are going to have this amazing presentation. People need to realize that the majority of companies who work in the microbiome space do not publish in the literature because these are independent companies for profit that have intellectual property. Intellectual property meaning that they created something,
Right.
it's secret, it's on the way to be patented, and in order for it to be protected, it's pretty much kept as a secret. And so we are going to be introduced to the work that has taken close to 8 years altogether because of the people who are working on it, the CEO who actually had a brand before, and now she is the owner of Arkea. So what they're going to be presenting us and introducing us is to the technology of how they were able to come up with a scalp prebiotic. I
Oh,
was shown the data, the initial data about 8 months ago
yes.
confidentially, and I gotta tell you, it is totally amazing. This
Wow.
is the type of tool that I cannot wait for practitioners and for clients to have access to.
Oh,
It's the kind of thing, let me tell you something. Tool plus other tools that we have
yes.
to really push the to relieve the suffering that a lot of people have right now, especially because of COVID and everything else that is going on,
Right.
because it totally tackles in a very, very new way how the microbiome impacts hair loss.
Oh
And
my.
so I can't really tell anymore. This is the
Yes.
reason
I'm
why
so, you done got
I
me all fired up.
know.
You done got me all fired up about this. So this is good
So
stuff.
that's definitely one of my favorite.
Okay.
We also have from L'Oreal US,
Mhm.
Dr. Ronak. I know I'm going to butcher his last name, so we're gonna call him Ronak for now, Dr. Ronak. He is going to be presenting information directly from L'Oreal about their initiative for curly hair or for texture hair.
Okay.
Because people need to realize, and we can take 1 second to discuss this, right? In order for the association to grow, we rely on donations and sponsorships.
Yes.
L'Oreal has been from the beginning one of our biggest allies.
Yes.
There is this discomfort with people when you talk about large corporations.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, like I would love to support my friend who is trying to come up with a product, right? But unfortunately, when you're talking about things that are going to go on your skin and on your hair and the scalp, the amount of money and
Yes.
that needs to go into research and development
Mm-hmm.
is totally amazing. And it is only pioneering companies like L'Oreal that has been around for over 100 years
Mm-hmm.
and really invest so much into research and development that can give us the keys and the clues as to how far is a solution going to be. And so many times when researchers and companies like this put something through a pipeline, because
Yes.
it's going to be sold to potentially a billion people,
Right. This is huge.
right?
Yeah.
They need to make sure that the product really performs and does what it needs to do. And that is the reason why we have Ronak with us, because he's the one that's going to really give us a clue with all the problems that we're encountering, exactly where that product and technological pipeline stands right now with L'Oreal. So we're very excited.
I'm glad you shared about L'Oreal. Please tell people who potentially want to donate, because we do accept donation, where to go and what to do if they, I mean, they still have time.
Absolutely. No, all the time. So people need to realize that even though the summit is one of our fundraising events, pretty much every single thing that we do in the association is a fundraising event. So when people sign up to become a member, the membership fee goes directly towards raising funds for and we're going to talk about this, the major goal that we have as an association. So every registration for a webinar, if you don't want to be a member and pay for the yearly membership and you just want to do individual webinars, the cost of that webinar, what you pay, is considered really a donation. It's going to go uh,
Got
to fund the efforts that we have. And so for the summit, there are quite a few things that are very expensive. And so our sponsors are the ones who give us the money for us to be able to then provide to you guys that platform, right, to watch it online or come online. And so everything is on the website, trichology.association.org, which you had it there.
Yes. Yes.
And you're going to see on the menu, if you want specific information about sponsorship and donorship, you just have to click on that link. And it's going to give you, of course, we start with the top ones, which are the more the more expensive ones, but please scroll all the way to the bottom. Any and every donation helps us be able to get to the final goal that we have. And so that's where I want to let people know. And so one of the problems that we have in the trichology field right now, unlike what happens in other countries, is that we don't have a credentialing process in the United States to verify that when you finish your education, you actually have the knowledge and the principles necessary to service people. And so if this resonates with you, if you're the kind of practitioner who went through a short program, some people have gone through longer programs, and when you finish, you feel like you don't know sufficiently, being able to be credentialed, right, at a national level through an association like us is what's really going to make a difference, because that way you will verify, yes, I have passed with flying colors the credentialing program from the APT, and now I can feel really secure that I will do my absolute best, right?
This is huge. I
It is
mean,
huge because it exists in almost every
yes.
profession, but it doesn't exist for trichology, right? This is the same thing that
Absolutely. And that piece alone have people leery about going to see a trichologist.
correct,
Right?
correct.
Absolutely. Hold, before we go, hold right there, because this is a good place to stop. And because I gotta get my sponsors in here, one. And two, when we come back, I want you to share more about this credentialing and who do we want to be in this association? Who can sign up to be in the association? All right, we'll be right back. Hi, I'm Dana Wilson, CEO and Director of Hair Cares Inc. and a certified trichologist. With over 24 years of experience in the Sister Locks business, I've had the privilege of serving as certified consultant, brand ambassador, evaluator, trainer, and more. Throughout my journey, I've supported sister-lock practitioners in growing their in-home, salon-based, and mobile businesses. I'm excited to invite you to join the Hair Care's Inner Circle, a private community designed to elevate your sister-lock's business. Whether you're just starting out, striving for certification, or an experienced professional, the Inner Circle offers a supportive community, technical skills training, leadership development, empowerment, and valuable resources to support your success. Inside the Inner Circle, you'll gain confidence, connect with like-minded women, and be mentored by seasoned professionals who walk the same path. Plus, we offer platforms to showcase your work, unlocking opportunities for growth and success. So, if you're ready to take your business to the next level, enroll in Hair Care's Inner Circle. Go to our website, www.haircaresinc.com. Together, we'll create your next level of natural freedom and success, because every strand counts. All right, those are sponsors. So let's pick back up. Who needs to be in this association, and why?
Every single person who touches the head or the hair
That's right.
of someone, and we have to be like super direct about this, right?
Yes.
This is hairstylists, barbers, lacticians, dermatologists. We desperately need medical professionals who focus or who want to focus on hair loss. This is hair transplant doctors, scalp micropigmentation artists, right? People who are like me, encountering people who are shaving when in fact they shouldn't be shaving, right? That what they want is hair. Everybody who is in the industry side, so people who make products, create tools, whether it's for trichologists or for clients. Again, when you really look at the entire roster of key stakeholders in the industry,
yes,
every single person who has to deal with and treat somebody who can lose hair. So we're talking about nutritionists, endocrinologists,
yes,
people who focus on PCOS, massage therapists. I mean, the list is on and on and on. Because like I said, the burden of suffering right now is so high, especially after what we all went through in 2020.
yes.
The rates of hair loss, like you said before, it is a epidemic of hair loss, and it's only going to get worse. And the same thing that it can happen to you or to me, it's going to happen to those clients that you're going to see. And for example, if you're a nutritionist who your nutrition, your nutritional education, and you can help people lose or gain weight, but you're not really informed about how that relates 100% to growing hair, you may have a trichologist or a hairstylist in your area, right, who can actually help. And so this is the reason why this doesn't exist. Nobody has been able to put something like this together. And we're really hoping that as time progresses and we continue to grow and we integrate even more passionate people into it, we'll get to that point where people will know, okay, the APT, this is where I can go. And look, we actually have now, it just went live because it's, these are things that take quite a while in the background. It takes a long time to do. We now have a searchable online platform for both practitioners as well as clients or people who are struggling with hair loss to find somebody in their geographic area.
Listen, that's huge.
It is big.
A central place that you can go to find someone is huge.
That is correct. And something that is, again, we are not charging people to advertise on this platform. These are our members. And so what that means is that these are the people who are watching the webinars, watching the seminars, coming to the talks, having discussions every single month with the rest of the members, right?
Mhm.
So it makes a lot of sense that our members already have this as a perk. So
Right.
again, this is one of the many things that we offer because we are a nonprofit. If we were a for-profit model, then if somebody wanted to be just on that directory, you will be charged maybe $200 to $400
Right.
alone to do that. And we're not doing anything like that. So for the cost of the yearly membership and all the benefits that you get from it, including the fact that our website right now is ranking every single month higher and higher on the search
Yes.
engines, eventually we're going to dominate and centralize. And so if somebody's doing a search for hair loss practitioner, they're going to find our website and therefore they're going to find you.
Wow, that's so cool. I think if you are a trichologist or someone that's interested in trichology, and like she said, a key stakeholder, I mean, you're a vendor, you're making devices or product line all around hair growth or hair loss, this is the association for you. And
Correct.
the huge thing is this accreditation. That's a huge undertaking, and
Huge.
huge undertaking, and an opportunity for us to take trichology to the next level.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes. Cool. All right. We just got a little bit of time. If you could just share again about the summit, where it is, what date, all that good stuff. That'd be
Thank
great.
you. So please join us in Chicago or virtually Sunday, October 6th and Monday, October 7th. If you're coming in person, you'll be able to get together for a little get together on a Saturday evening
Mhm.
on the 5th. So for those who are coming in person, those are the dates. Those who want to watch it virtually, when you sign up, the system will send you some emails and the link to watch it either live as it's happening will be there, or you will receive then the updated replay so that you can watch it at your own leisure.
Yes, cool. And I have your email address. I didn't know if you wanted to share it to get in contact with you if they wanted to get your services. Are you taking new clients?
I may restart taking clients. Yes, this is something that a lot of people don't know, but I interrupted taking clients for multiple reasons.
Mhm,
One of them being medical, unfortunately. And so,
mhm.
but I'm now feeling a lot better. And so I believe that I'll be able to start again. I do work remotely with clients. It's
Oh,
a
good.
process, right, that has taken me a long time to perfect,
Yes.
but it is extremely helpful, especially for those who have already tried everything under the sun to grow their
Right.
hair and they still haven't. And so you can definitely share it. In fact, my
Okay.
email, if you go this my same name exactly. So drandreaecheverry.com is my website. And if
Okay.
you go to, there's two links. You can either go to work with me. That is for people who want to learn how to, well, people who actually need to have some scalp micropigmentation and scar camouflaging done. You can also learn from me if you want to learn this technique. Whether you, I have multiple different classes. I haven't updated the website, but they will be coming. Some of them are integrating the scalp microbiome and micropigmentation at the
So
same
who
time.
can learn how to do that? Who can learn how to do this scalp print? Who can do that?
Well, these kinds of teachings are absolutely essential for barbers and hairstylists. You don't have to be a trichologist to learn some principles of trichology and scalp microbiome health. Exactly what it is that we're looking for. You're already doing it. People are already asking you. So why not actually get the knowledge, right, and elevate your practice a little bit?
Cool.
And then clients can go to the other link, which will say COVID-19 hair loss. I am probably one of the few people who has that up because
Okay.
unfortunately, what the majority of people are encountering right now is they already got, sick with COVID. By
Mm-hmm.
now is the fifth time, right? Maybe they
Right.
had it twice in 2022, then they had it once last year, and then 3 months ago. That's my kind of people.
Okay. Perfect. And they can also find your information if they can find you in the database as well on the website on the trichologist.
Yes, I need to do a little update, so
Yeah.
I'm not showing yet, but I will. But
Perfect.
since I am the I have a lot of roles with the
Yes.
association. if somebody sends a message directly through the association, it will make it to the right channels, of course. So don't delay. Like I said, either through you to me or through the association, I can be found.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. A. And I look forward to seeing you in Chicago.
Thank you, Dana. Me too.
All right.
Hi,
Thank you
everyone.
so
Thank
much.
you so
Thank
much.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. And those who came by and said hello, thank you again. Let's stay connected. I'll have more episodes and shows with other trichologists and just broadening the awareness of trichology. So stay connected. Go to my website, haircaresinc.com. Join me on YouTube, LinkedIn, all those places is haircaresinc.com or haircaresinc. Thank you again. Good night. Oh, hold on. Before I say good night, someone said, oh, someone saying thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. All right. Good night.